What's up, everybody? Welcome to Moose Milk Podcast, episode 57. I'm your host, Ryan. I'm going to wait for Matt to join us. But this week we'll be talking about Book of Boba Fett, episode 6, with spoilers. So if you haven't watched that, be prepared. Obviously, we'll just randomly shoot the shit like we normally do at the start. But then, we'll get into spoilers. So if you haven't seen episode 6 yet, be prepared, because we will spoil it and talk shit about it or talk lovely about it, whatever Matt prefers. But I hope everybody had a great week. It's a pretty snowy one here. A lot of snow. Not as much as they were calling for, but we got, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 inches, so not the best. Not the best. But, other than that, really cold. Can't wait for summer. Very much miss summer. Matt has just joined us, so we will let him request to be added to this, and then he'll be a part of this, and it'll be just glorious. But so far, no request. Not coming in. See, Instagram sometimes is just a dickhead and doesn't like us for some reason, and doesn't let Matt join things. I don't know why. There it is. Finally, it came. See how long I could just totally make shit up. I don't know. Whatever. It's Matt. Look, there it comes. There he is. There's Matt. What's up, man? What's up, buddy?
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going good. I just finished watching Mandalorian. That's actually why I was late. I looked at my clock and it was like 9:59, and I was like, oh, fuck. I was on like that last scene, and I'm just like, I
just rewatched it too, so yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. We can dive into that beauty in a minute. I'll try not to be as negative as I was last week, but wow. So how was your week? What'd you get up to?
My week was okay. It was very busy again. Seems like that's the theme of 2022 so far, so that's good.
Always a blast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How about yours?
Pretty shit, honestly. A lot of snow.
Oh yeah.
Cold.
Yeah, I forgot about the snow.
Work sucks. Just a shit week.
It sucks.
So yeah, no, I don't recommend Windsor right now. It's fucking full of snow and it's fucking cold.
Yeah, well, we've had our share of that. Not as cold as you, but we've had our share of.
Yeah, it's like shit. I don't know, -16 right now, something like that.
Gross.
It's not great.
Baz Gotham says, any of you make customs, and yes, I do, but Ryan doesn't.
I just look really, really good sitting in a chair with a dog. It's my whole.
It's your Dr. Evil.
Just gotta shave him.
If you shave him, we should do a live stream.
Hell yeah. Other than that, I watched a bunch of shit and played some video games and that type of thing, but nothing too exciting this week.
That's cool. Yeah, I've been busy. I was hoping that this week would be a little more relaxed, but that is not the case, unfortunately.
No, it doesn't seem to let off ever.
No, it doesn't really. So
that's like, I need a new job.
You need a new job.
I do.
I get
but
you.
Watched a bunch of shit. I watched Australian Survivor this week.
Nice.
New season started. That show's fucking awesome. I love Australian Survivor. It's so much better than American Survivor. So that started up. I watched all of Murderville.
How many episodes? 6?
6, yeah. It's really, really funny. Really, really well done.
I can't wait.
For anybody that doesn't know, it's like a murder mystery show that's like scripted except for the people in the, like, it
the
has
celebrities.
A script.
The celebrities
but the
don't
celebrity
get a
that's
script.
joining each episode doesn't have a script.
Right.
So, like, the first episode is with Conan O'Brien, and he has no script. So everything that's done to him or said to him, he has to, like, play off of. And like a lot of these celebrities do, like totally break and start laughing and like stuff like that. It's really funny. It's really
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I love Will Arnett and I love Conan Brian. I'm so into Conan right now, so it's like, yeah, I cannot wait for this.
Yeah, so like the first episode's with Conan, and then there's one with NFL player. Who else is in it? Kumail Nanjiani's in it.
Right. Is each episode one person? Like, is it?
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's like a different mystery for each episode. So there's similarities in each episode, but it's like just the random shit that these people say to them. It's very funny. It's really well. I hope they get another season because it's funny. It's real funny.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, that sounds great to me.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin anything. I mean, it's not really anything you can ruin. It's more just comedy. But yeah. What else did I watch? I can't remember anything right now.
You watched Peacemaker?
Yeah, Peacemaker's great. It's almost done. I think next week's the finale too. Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's way better than Book of Boba Fett. I absolutely love it. I think it's hilarious. John Cena's brilliant in it. All the side characters and stuff are awesome in it. Like, I really hope that either they have a second season or fucking they do like another spin-off or whatever, because it's brilliant. It's so well done. You'll love it. Like it's
yeah, I will get to it eventually. I get to things a lot slower. That's all.
It's really rated R. Like, it's definitely not for everybody, but it's funny.
That's great.
Yeah. And what else? Obviously Book of Boba Fett, and yeah, I started playing Dying Light 2 on PS5. It came out yesterday. I'm like 6 hours into it, maybe.
What's it called?
Like Dying Light. It's like a zombie apocalypse game, but your main character does like basically parkour throughout the world. So like he can jump off things and like climb buildings and like all this random shit. So it's like a speed running parkour like zombie game almost. So yeah, it's actually really really cool. It's a lot of fun.
Nice. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know. The reviews are like pretty hard on it because I guess it was like super glitchy before it came out, and like it just came out and they patched it, and I had no problem so far. So anybody that's worried about like glitchiness of the game or anything like that, like I've had no issues so far. But I'm only 6 hours into it, and it's probably like a 60-hour game. So
damn, that's crazy.
But yeah,
how long is like an average game now? Like, is it like is that normal? Is 60 hours normal?
Depends what you're playing. I mean, there's games that are 5 hours long. There's the games that are 20 hours long. Like a normal like open world RPG-ish type game, you're looking anywhere between 60 and 150 hours usually.
Like what's Spider-Man?
Like 20, 25 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Spider-Man's not too long. Most of the RPGs now that come out, like Assassin's Creed and like stuff like that, are usually around 60 to 100.
Okay. Cool.
But I mean, there's games like The Witcher 3, you could put 200 hours into that game, no problem. Like it's massive. So just really depends on the game. But there's games for everybody now. Like, I mean, you can find some like story-based games that are only like 3 to 5 hours long.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
I was always wondering about that because it's just like, because I don't game, right? So it's like when I hear a game that takes 60 hours, I'm like, it seems like a long time.
It depends, right? Like, there's games that you definitely feel the length and you go, oh, fuck, man. Like, it's like a movie, right? Where you go, this 3-hour movie went by really quick and this 3-hour movie felt like it was 6 hours. Like, there's games like that, too, where you run out of shit to do at 40 hours, but for some reason they feel like they need to stretch it out to a 60-hour game. And you're like, Jesus Christ, this last 20 hours is slow. But there's definitely games where I put in like an 80, 100 hours into and been like, I could play another 50 hours of that game. Like, it's great. You know, so
I guess if the game's good and it's compelling enough to keep your interest, then sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that put like, you know, hundreds and hundreds of hours into one game and just, you know, like Call of Duty or something like that, where they're just playing online all the time and, you know, they put in 5 hours a night or 5 hours a week or whatever, and they play that for the rest of their lives. Like, that's just not me. I usually, when I finish a game, I never pick it back up, but it is what it is. You see, now we have to discuss this. The mango bubbly.
I just cracked one. This is the peach that I'm finishing right now.
So I bought the case of the mango bubbly. It's terrible.
I love it. Send it my way.
It tastes like somebody dipped balls in mango and put it in the can.
Tastes like mango water.
No. Now this.
Oh, I like blackberry. It's pretty good.
The blackberry is very good.
Is that your first time trying that one?
Yeah, this is the first case I bought. I also got the cherry.
Cherry,
And
I like cherry, but it's like cherry's like hit or miss for me. It's like I kind of need to be in the mood to have a cherry one. Like I couldn't drink like multiple of them a day. It's like it's like pineapple for me. It's like I always have some on hand because I literally drink like 8 cans of this a day. So it's like
yeah, same. It's getting bad.
Yeah, it's bad. It's expensive. It's a bad, expensive hobby.
Yes. I haven't tried the pineapple because I hate pineapple. So
I wouldn't like it.
I probably wouldn't like it. Yeah,
but I kind of put it in the same category as the blackberry and the cherry for me, where it's like it's not that I don't like it. It's just like I'm selective about when I want it. So there's like those ones I always have like a little bit in the fridge, but most of it I keep in the cupboard and I just replenish as they sell down.
Yeah. See, the problem is like the cherry one kind of tastes like cough syrup.
Yeah, it does. It borderlines. That's why I have to kind of be in the mood for something cherry.
Yeah, and it's like it has that cough syrupy like cherry taste to it. Yeah. But I like it. It's just I can't drink a lot of it too. It's usually like one, and then I'll switch to something else. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, apparently they're coming out with even more flavors. So just
in the States they have like these aren't new. These like the States have had this forever. Same with like when I went to New York, I bought raspberry bubbly, and it was fucking delicious.
Give me a good blueberry one.
I don't think blueberry was one of the ones they had. They had lemon, raspberry, mango. They had like just natural, so like no, like just carbonated water basically. Yeah. And they had, what else did they have?
I'm trying to think of a good flavor that I could think of, but vanilla maybe.
Watermelon, I'm pretty sure.
Watermelon. We have watermelon now, I think.
No, we don't. No, or if we do, it's new.
Yeah, maybe I'm not. I don't know. I'd have to.
That'd be amazing. They usually release them in flavors like 2 at a time, so maybe it would be cool to see something else come with the mango. But
yeah,
I like the mango myself. It's not my favorite, but I like it. It's probably like in my top 5 flavors.
That was the worst I've ever felt after drinking anything in my life.
Have you tried the orange?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Hey, Spaz got him. Just message me, man. It's not really I'm not really chatting about my commissions on this, so just send me a private message. I'm not taking commissions at the moment, but I can refer you to people who are. So send me a message. Thanks. I like this one. It's good. But sorry, have you tried the orange? No.
Yeah, I tried it. I didn't like it.
I don't like it either. The orange and the grapefruit are the two that I don't really do.
It just doesn't have enough flavor to it. It's the same as the strawberry one. It doesn't taste strawberry enough.
I love the strawberry one. I find that the orange one tastes like super artificial.
Yeah, like it doesn't taste like an orange to me. It tastes
me neither. It tastes like fake orange. That's what it tastes like. So
I don't know.
This week I didn't really watch anything. Oh, sorry. Do you have anything else that you watched?
No, I'm good. Go.
So I didn't really watch anything because I just didn't really have the time. But I did spend quite a bit of time at the beginning of the week kind of getting ready for, we're doing like another swap, like a secret swap. So we moved the event away from the Foosh where we usually have it. And we moved it to Instagram. So I'm just going to plug it really quick because signups are up now until I think the 21st of February, I think.
Okay.
And it's called Legendary Secret Swap. That's all one word on Instagram. You guys go check it out. If anybody wants to participate, we're looking for anyone who wants to sign up. I think there's 11 people right now signed up, myself included.
So you have to be a customizer though to sign up, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah. You have to be a customizer, and you have to be able to put out like a decent product. Like, you know, like we've had a couple people who have sent in, and we've kind of had to turn down. And it's not that we don't want to give them a chance. It's it's hard when it's going to somebody else. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. No. So, if somebody's putting in like a really high quality piece, and it's not fair to get something in return that's maybe an amateurish. Looking one. It's not quite up to that standard,
Yeah, like we're looking for people who are like full on customizers. There's a lot of people who like just do like kit bashing, which is like taking like the head off one thing and putting it on something else, and like very minor updates off of things, right? So we're trying to get people to sign up for that, and I just see that Podong here just joined in here, and he's a good customizer. Maybe he will join. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, that sounds like a really cool thing.
It's at Legendary secret swap, and it's a anonymous. It's not anonymous. You announce who it is when you participate, but it's like a secret swap. It's like a figure swap where you make a figure for somebody else and then you get one in return, and it's a secret, and it's super fun.
That's awesome.
Speaking of secret, I also got this super awesome Star Wars concept Bucky O'Hare figure that my friend made for me.
That's dope, man.
Isn't that so cool? And I didn't know. I remember that blue guy with the zippers that I made. Yep. I made that for him, and he made this for me. So, but like, I asked if I could keep posting his because I was like, I want you to see it and get your input. And I just like, it's such a cool figure. I didn't want to like not share it, but sure. I told him to keep his secret. So like, I didn't actually know about this until I got it.
Oh, that's really cool, man. Really well done.
Yeah, I love it. It's super cool. So, that's
are you doing your stream next week on YouTube?
I'm going to try to. The hope is that I'm going to launch the YouTube channel next Thursday. I was supposed to be this week, but I had to switch it because I'm not done. So.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. I just wanted everybody to be prepared for that. You know? Yeah,
I'll be posting if I get it all figured out. I'm looking into it on Sunday. That's on my to-do list. I figured out a good system to use for the streaming, like that you can actually use it to like broadcast to multiple platforms and stuff. So.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go and look into that. Elvin was suggesting it from Astonishing News and Reviews. So look into that.
My dream with Elvin.
Your dream? Oh God.
Well, I had this random dream because I was watching one of their YouTube channels before I went to bed, and I don't know, for some reason I was thinking of you. So I had a dream that Elvin hired Matt.
So hold on, you have to give some perspective because most people don't know. So Elvin is my friend from Astonishing News and Reviews, the channel who I like pimp out all the time.
Yeah, so they have a new YouTube channel that they've been doing their live shows from on. So I've been watching those every so often, and so I had a dream that basically they hired Matt to start like doing podcasts for them, and then CBC. The Canadian Broadcasting Corporation decided to hire them to start doing live podcasts on actual TV, and they asked me to guest star on the episode. So I agreed, and I was on the episode, but I kept saying fuck like all the time on the episode, like I normally do, because I have a terrible mouth. And the head of CBC called Matt and was like, "You can't say fuck on CBC, man. Like, you're fired. You guys are gone." Like, and I had in my dream, I had moved all the way out to BC to like help them do this and all this stuff. And I had ruined their entire career in like a day of doing the podcast.
In the first episode?
What's that? The first episode,
you ruined the whole thing in the first episode.
Yeah. And I woke up feeling so bad that I like ruined Matt's career. So
that's so fucking funny.
It was a fucking weird dream, but
that's super funny, man. Jeez.
Yeah. So there you go.
I also got these sweet figures in today. I was pretty excited about it. I haven't opened them yet, but
oh, that's sweet. Oh, right on, man.
I got this too. I don't know if you remember this from the animated series or not. But...
Oh yeah. Oh, that's really cool, man. They look so classic, 90s. I love it.
Totally.
Yeah. What do you think of Book of Boba Fett?
Okay, so like I liked it. I thought it was really, really good. I thought it was a great episode. I'm gonna say the same thing I said last week is like, Boa's not even in this. He doesn't even have a line of dialogue. So like to me, as the Book of Boba Fett, it's horrible because it's not the Book of Boba. It has nothing to do with Boba Fett. I agree totally. So like it's like I'm torn because it's like what I'm seeing I love the episode yesterday or this week. I thought it was fucking great. There was so many parts. Like usually when I write notes for this, they're like I have like 3 points. Like I have like 15 things tonight. Like there's just so many things that like I loved about this episode. Yeah. The only thing that I hate about this episode is we've just spent 2 episodes of this show, and we have not moved the already stagnant storyline of the title character of the show forward in any capacity. Okay, we got like a touch this time, but it's like it's nothing. Like it's just like Mando's now here, and and others are now here, which I won't say just yet. Obviously, spoilers for anybody who's listening to this for the latest episode of Boba Fett. It is Mando. But yeah, the episode as it is, like in the universe that they're kind of creating here, this little Mandoverse, I fucking loved this. I thought it was awesome. I thought there was so much character building, and so again, talk about like being great with the callbacks. Like it's just like they're hitting me right in the nostalgia nuts, and it's just like, and they're doing it in like a cool way. So yeah. I liked it. I know I'm kind of disappointed because I wish I wouldn't know that you didn't like it. I kind of thought this episode might have redeemed it for you, just in the sense that you liked the episode. Not like, I knew you were still going to be frustrated that it's not a Boba Fett story, but
again, it's the same thing I was saying. It's the whole series is just member berries. The whole thing. There is no plot to the show, and it was fine. I mean, yes, spoilers. So anybody doesn't want spoilers, be prepared, because I'm going to say shit right now that's going to spoil the episode.
Throwing it down.
I don't want Luke in the show. Like, I don't. Like, I know it's going to be part of the storyline because he's rebuilding the Jedi Academy and all that shit, but like, I just feel like it's so unnecessary to keep pulling everything back to the Skywalkers, and I just didn't feel like this episode did anything for me. Like, yeah, so we got to see Luke training him, and it's basically all, Yoda-esque stuff that he's training him, and it's all callbacks to when he was trained. And like, yeah, I appreciate that. It's cool. But like, it was slow. There wasn't much going on. A montage, a lot of like the dialogue and stuff, I was like, it's kind of cheesy, not great. Like, again, I just feel like there's nothing going on in the show. It's just it should have been called like Tatooine Tales or like something like that, where it was just like each episode picked up a different character and kind of showed you what happened to them. And there could have been one episode that was all about Boba Fett and done that in an hour, and then picked whatever, a Mandalorian episode, a Grogu episode, the Hutts episode, like something along those lines, where it picks up an hour each episode of what happened to these characters post Jedi, or whatever, and told their tale in a short, concise way. I just feel it has no plot. It's been 2 episodes, and Boba Fett's had 2 minutes of scenes, if that, like not a minute
even,
of scenes.
Not even.
Yeah.
He literally was shown for like under 30 seconds in this episode.
He has one line of dialogue. Like,
he didn't have any dialogue. The only cool thing he did was when Din walked in, he did the little head nod, and usually we see that with the helmet on, so it's cool to see it without. But honestly, that's it. Even when we got stuff for his story, he didn't do anything. It was all Fennec.
Yeah. I don't know why this series exists. I don't know what they were trying to achieve with this series. I don't know why you would call it the Book of Boba Fett, because it really has nothing to do with him. And I know that Mandalorian's probably where they want to, keep going with, and where the moneymaker is right now is like Grogu merch and, a cool new, Mandalorian's a cool new piece of this world and everything like that. But like, then just do Mandalorian season 3. Why is this a separate show? Like, I don't know why these episodes are in the show to me.
So I agree with you, but I will say that I'm grateful they're there, because I felt like the show was really hurting. So
I just, again, like, do we need to see these ant things building the training? The training?
See, I feel like it's different though, because I feel like, so I think I would say from the overall reception that I've seen online and from the people that like I've chatted with about it, I would say that you're most likely in the minority of this one here. Like, I feel like people overall for the last 2 episodes have really enjoyed it, to the point where people are like, why are the best 2 episodes the ones that don't have the character in the title in it?
So
like,
my friend Chris is on that same page, where he absolutely loves these 2 episodes, but again, he's also watched the animated series and everything like that.
So I was just going to say that because you don't watch the animated and have any attachment to it, like a good chunk of what makes this amazing is completely lost on you.
No, and I agree, and
yeah,
I understand that. That's my bad, right? Like, if I hadn't seen 6 of the Marvel movies and then jumped into Infinity War or whatever, I would not appreciate that nearly as much either. So I understand that. That's on me. But I don't know where I was going with this. I think mostly I've seen negative reviews for it. Like, I know IGN gave it, I think, a 6 or a 7 the last episode. I think they're both the same for this episode. Like, it's not like bad. Like, it's not like they're giving it a 2 out of 10. But like, I honestly think you would have to do like pretty fucked up shit on TV to get a 2 out of 10 from any outlet. Like, it's very rare where a show gets less than a 5 out of 10 on an episode. So, the show would have to be like just completely broken and nonsensical to get a really bad score. So, I think a 6 or a 7 out of 10 for a Star Wars show is unacceptable. For me, like as of right now, I would give this series like a 6, maybe 5.5 out of 10. Like, I think it's there. If you want more content, great. If I wasn't doing this podcast, I probably wouldn't even watch next week's episode.
I find that hard to believe, but I will say that
I was bored as shit during this episode.
I just don't know how you can be bored. Even if you don't know the stuff, there's still so much stuff happening, and there's so much.
Not really. It was Luke training Grogu for 30 minutes. Nothing really happened.
It's not just him. There's just so much more to it, though, right? Like,
I love Grogu. I think he's the cutest character they've probably ever had. Like, I love the character. I think he's adorable. I would have one if he existed.
I get that it's 30 minutes of him training, but in that 30 minutes, we got so much character building for Grogu. We got technically, we get to see what his past is. That he doesn't remember from Order 66. We get to see that he realizes the full potential of his power while what it could potentially be. We start to see that, like, maybe
don't you kind of also think that, like, it's already, like, we already know he's not going to join the academy.
The thing is like, I don't understand how that would happen. Like, I don't want to really ruin the end right now because I have that question to ask you, but like, I'm trying not to put it into that perspective because there's always like ways to kind of move around that kind of stuff, especially because they haven't, like, we only have like a rough guideline of where this falls on the timeline. Like, they haven't specifically said where this is.
20 years after Jedi?
No, this is like 5 years after Jedi, or between 5 and 7.
5 and 7. Okay.
Yeah, I think new trilogy. I think sequel trilogy is like 20 years after, 18 years after Jedi. I'm pretty sure. Episode 7.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know the exact timeline either, obviously, but
it's something like that. I might be wrong.
Yeah, it would have to be shorter. I don't know why it's like 20 because Luke doesn't look much older than Jedi.
No, I think I think this is only like between 5 and 7. They've kind of ballparked it, but they haven't really pinpointed it.
Sure.
So.
No, I mean, I just feel like there's no like drama to the episode because we already basically know what's going to happen. I mean, sure, there's ways of storytelling around it that they could do. That, he joins the academy and 6 years later somebody comes and steals him before fucking the whole thing gets torn to the ground or whatever. Like, that very well could be the case, but I just think you can't carry on Mandalorian without Grogu, so he has to be back with Mandal at some point.
Yeah, that's kind of where my head leads me to, but I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I mean, I would have a hard time believing that they're going to do a Mandalorian season 3 without Grogu. I just don't think they've set it up too much, their bond and how much they love each other, and like that was basically the whole heart of this episode was Mando realizing that he basically sees this creature as a child, like his child is a hard realization, I guess, of the parallel of maybe like, stepping aside as a parent when your kid goes off to university or something like that. I appreciate that and like the context of that, but like, I didn't need this training sequence to be an entire episode. Again, it could have been a 10-minute scene or a 5-minute scene instead of a 30-minute scene.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was really good. But again, right. Like, I feel like you have said that like a lot of the really cool stuff that you're missing out on is stuff from animated. Yeah. That like I would say that like a good chunk of my notes have to do with that animated tie-in. So, which I expected because I knew that Dave Filoni was directing this, and he's a big part of all that Clone Wars and Rebels stuff, right? But
Yeah,
again,
no,
right, like even something as simple as that android, you're like, we don't need to see that android. My first note: androids are so cool. Because again, it's like it's pre-Empire looking, and then it has all the markings, like the blue clone. It had the blue markings on it, like the battle droids did, and like the blue clones did, and like I was like, that's fucking sick. It's like I love seeing like that. It's even with like Mando's new ship. I'm just like, that's sweet because that's prequel mixed into post OT, like. And I'm like, I fucking love that. And then like we get stuff where like we get to have like Ahsoka and Luke talk, and it's like, because I'm just like, that's Luke's dad's apprentice. Like,
I know, but there's nothing for me because I have no attachment to Ahsoka. So
totally.
I understand. Again, that's my
be
own.
The biggest hint for you to be like, let's go and do this.
Like I said, if I could do the animated series in like 12 episodes or something like that, I'd be in. But I'm not watching like 8 seasons of a show that I don't even have interest in. It's not possible.
Clone Wars, I can understand. Clone Wars is a hard one to get through. Rebels is less. Rebels is pretty great.
Yeah, I again, if it was like 6 episode seasons or something like that, maybe. But I have no way. I could barely make it through.
It's a daunting task for sure.
I could barely make it through the Marvel show there. Like, I can't do 8 seasons of a show or anything like that.
Well, just forever know that you're missing out on great content.
My point of this whole episode was I clearly think that at some point they're going to make this all live action anyway.
Make this all live action? What do you mean?
Like making the animated series a live action movie or like something along those lines, where if you haven't seen those animated series, that you'll be able to catch up via a movie or via something.
That. I feel like if they wanted to condense Rebels into like a Netflix series or like a Disney Plus series where they could do like 8 episode things, they could probably get the general gist of it. Maybe not, definitely not everything, but like, yeah, they could probably get the gist of it. But then again, it's like, who would, I know it would be good for people like you who haven't seen their animated stuff and don't intend on watching it.
I just think it'd be better content. Like, it's just not animated.
Don't get me wrong. If I can have Clone Wars and Rebels in live action, in a hot second, I'd take that over animated. The animated's not the selling point for me. It's the opposite. Like, I prefer, I prefer
know
live
people
action
feel,
over animated. But
I know a lot of people feel the opposite.
The stories of Rebels is so fucking amazing that it's just like, I would love that to get justice in live action.
Yeah. I mean, my stance on our animated shit. I can't do it. So it's a bummer. I wish I understood these characters more and I had any appreciation for them. But that's what really probably ruined the episode for me. Is I have no interest in these characters, so I have no attachment. It means nothing to me to see her talking to Luke. The character at the end that I'm sure you'll dive into has zero attachment to me. I've never seen him. I don't know what he is. I read a little bit on him, but I'm just like, okay, cool.
I'm not even a Clone Wars fan. Where Cad Bane is the guy who shows up at the end with the blue face and the red eyes. And I'm not even a Clone Wars fan, but it's like I've like done my homework enough in the past on Cad Bane because I'm just like, I fucking think this is such a sick ass character. And I'll talk about him in a minute. I'll go through some of my notes though. I said I love how much of a dick R2 is by making a bench for him to wait while he was waiting for Ahsoka. Thought that was pretty funny.
I just felt like, I don't know, like how I don't know. Again, it was just like, okay, we're gonna make him wait. Why are we making him wait? They're 10 feet away. Like, I guess Ahsoka had to fly in, or I don't know exactly how she got there, but like it seemed like she was just chilling there anyway. And then like, I don't know, them saying like, oh, it's going to take years for you to get to a Jedi Master, but it'll be a short time for you. And I'm like, well, that's not true. He's going to become a Jedi Luke became a Jedi Master in fucking 5 years.
Yeah, but when he said, I think what he's trying to get across at that part with where he said, a moment for you is a lifetime for some, or something like that, right?
Sure, I get that when you live to 1,000 years old or 900 or whatever the fuck it is, but like, I don't know. Like again, I was just like, well, why? It's not going to be that long. You could train this fucker, and why is he not talking yet? He doesn't even have speech yet. He's already fucking doing sport shit. So
Yeah.
Like my nephew that's 2 doing fucking force jumps.
Like, I get it, but also we don't really know how that species works, right? And it's like, even when you look at Yoda, it's not like Yoda talks normal. He's weird. He talks in rhymes, and even when he was in the prequels, when he was doing his crazy flips and stuff, when he wasn't doing them, he was hobbling around like.
Yeah. And I think that was definitely like a callback to that. Is like, oh yeah, this is how this species moves. Is he's force jumping and not using his actual limbs because they're busted up and he's 900 years old. But yeah, I mean, I wish I could force jump because my limbs don't work either. So hey, I hear you.
You could force bike ride.
Yeah, well, fuck. I fucking shoveled my sidewalks, all the snow. My back is just fucking killing. It's like, oh my god, man, I'm 36. How am I going to be 50 and I can barely move?
One of the other things I had was Ahsoka says she's a friend of the family, which I thought was great. Thought that was nice touch. I like the Order 66 flashback, and I liked Luke's whole thing talking to Grogu about Yoda.
Yeah,
thought that was again cool. It kind of felt like he was like asking about how they talk and stuff like that, which I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have a feeling that at some point it's going to be basically like Baby Groot. Like at some point he's going to have to grow up and talk, and we're going to get like a adolescent or teenage fucking Grogu.
The thing is, if you do that though, you got to flash forward quite a bit, right? So
yeah.
Because it's not like he's gonna go from what he is right now to all of a sudden like a teenager.
I'm just saying, like, I think by the end of one of these Mandalorian seasons, he's gonna have like some words or like say something basic.
So I think there was a piece that Luke said in this where he said, "It's not like I'm training him; it's more like he's remembering." And I feel like that's gonna be a big thing. Like I think. Like I've been dancing around and it comes up a couple times and I keep saying, oh wait, because it's the last scene. But that last scene where Luke offers him Mando's like kink shirt, which made me laugh. When he showed that, I was like, ew. It's like Mr. Slave.
Well, that and like, I mean, Yoda wasn't that small. He's gonna grow. Like, he's this little tiny fucking shirt. I'm like, he's gonna grow out of that in like a week.
He's gonna look like Hulk then. It's gonna be sick.
Maybe make it a little bigger.
But yeah, when he did that, or he's like, you have that, or you have the option with the lightsaber, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what do you see happening there? Like, obviously you see him going with Mando, right?
I don't know how they go any other route. Like, to me,
I agree. I want him to stay because I feel like it would be better to have him stay and then decide later that he wants to I think it would be cool to have him come back mid-season next season.
He's definitely going to come back to get Yoda's lightsaber at some point.
Yeah,
that's going to be a thing. But like the opportunity just to resell me this toy with fucking that armor on it from Mando, I'm like 100% they're doing that. It's a wardrobe change. It's a new toy. Boom. That's going to be the end of either this season or the next season where he's going to walk in wearing that fucking armor and they're going to resell all the toys for that.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I don't know how it goes any other route. Like, yeah, I assume he's going to pick the armor and Mando's going to come pick him back up and that starts Mando season 3.
Yeah.
No, I did appreciate, like, I mean, the entire time that he was discussing, like, he's remembering and not learning and stuff like that, I'm like, are these creatures just made up of the Force or something like that? Like, are they going to do something like this? This is the birth of like midichlorians or something. It's like something along those lines of like these creatures are pure midichlorians.
Like, I don't know. The creature you mean?
Yeah, whatever their species is.
Maybe. I think there's only one other Yoda in canon. That's Yaddle.
Right. I remember that. Yeah,
it has the Conan O'Brien hair.
Right.
They've
never like given the species a name or anything, right? So like,
no, exactly. I don't think she's ever even spoken.
Yeah, so I don't know.
It's literally Yoda as Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, it's spot on. It's good. But like that's what I mean is like they've never given the species a name. They've never given it a planet. We've never seen its whole planet. Maybe it doesn't exist anymore. But like I don't know. I just feel like we never got any of these details, and that was kind of like the first inkling of like we're going to learn more about what this species in this creature actually is.
I think that will come in time. I feel like his first story arc has just kind of been completed, where he's been returned to the Jedi, and now we find out what happens next.
Right.
I feel like maybe like it'll come back to him, and it'll like speed up his training. It's like, you know, right now it's like he's starting from scratch. Maybe,
yep.
You know, the stuff he's not remembering, or maybe something happened that traumatized him and made him forget, or you know what I mean, or something like that. So maybe his memory will get jogged by training with Luke more, and suddenly he'll be like, oh, fuck, I know what's up.
It'd be even way cooler. This just came to me. If we get a Sith version of a Yoda, Sith Grogu.
Sith Grogu.
Just going in, wasting people, choking people out.
That'd be sick. Imagine.
Great.
He's got his ears sticking out the side of the Darth Vader helmet. That'd be great.
He's almost like a Pikachu. He shoots like the bolts of lightning.
Just force lightning from his ears.
Exactly.
Yeah, what else did I have on here? Yaddle.
So do you think Ahsoka's going to be in the next episode, or do you think they're just waiting to set up the show?
Yeah, it depends. It's hard because, like, I honestly didn't expect us to spend this much time with Grogu. So, like,
yeah.
I mean, like, that's, you know, it's hard to say because, like, with you know, if we actually go back to Book of Boba Fett, then, like, no, it wouldn't really make sense for her to be there. You know, she's got her own show coming, so I feel like they'll do what they're going to do.
I just feel like they're going to want to set up her show somehow, right?
Yeah, I feel like they just gave us a nice little chunk that we probably didn't need to have. Like, I won't lie, I didn't expect to see Ahsoka in this, so like to see her, I was like, oh, that's great. And it's like, it's enough to make me be like, oh, now I'm more excited for Ahsoka because we just got that little exchange with Luke and whatever.
Yeah, I mean, so do you know the end of that character arc? Like, is that like in the canon somewhere where Ahsoka? Like, you know, yeah.
No,
like, you know, she's dead or like.
No, she's not dead. No, I mean, we don't. Okay. I don't know how far ahead we are there. Like, she's not like in. I don't believe there's any like current timeline, like sequel timeline stuff with her in it. So I mean, I'm sure that's what they're doing now, right? Like, I know of her story up to this point, so.
No, so my question was like, so technically she still could be alive by the end of like episode 9. Like, we don't really know anything, right? Okay.
No, we don't know.
So they could just definitely go that route.
She's been into hiding more than once, so.
Okay. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking is like, even though Luke's future Jedi Academy, you know, gets destroyed, Luke goes fucking crazy and all that shit, she could still be kicking around as a Jedi and restart the Jedi in some way or help restart the Jedi.
Technically, she's not a Jedi from what we have seen canon-wise.
Okay.
She left the Jedi Order because she thought that the way they were like so strict on like their rules about attachment and like was. But
that's kind of where episode 9 left off, right? Of like the whole Jedi thing, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Is like she could basically pick up those pieces from the end of the last movie of like recreating whatever the new version of the Jedi are. Like
I kind of wonder if whenever we get back to Luke and Grogu, like I kind of wonder if Ahsoka tries to change Luke's mind on like making him choose.
Right.
Because it's like that was a big driving part for her to step away too, right? It's like she stepped away. I think she got like framed for something. I can't remember the exact story. Or like something was like blamed on her and it wasn't actually her. And then like they welcomed her back in, but because of like how the rules all were, she like was like, I don't want to be part of this anymore.
Right.
So
yeah, I mean, I understand like they can't have attachments and everything like that, but like I kind of feel like, I mean, it's so close to like Christianity in general that I'm like,
what's up, Days Toy Lab?
You know, it's kind of ridiculous, but
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like I said, I can't see them not giving Grogu that lightsaber at some point.
Yeah, I agree. But it's weird though, because as I was watching Luke hold it in his hand, I'm like, that still seems like a pretty big saber for his little hands. Like he's got tiny ass little fucking hands, man. Like
he's using the Force to grip it. He doesn't actually grip it, you know?
I love when he was making the frog, try to get the frog to go into his mouth. I thought that was so cute.
No, I think Grogu's super cute. Super cute.
Yeah. I loved Ahsoka and Luke's chat at the water again. Like I thought that was awesome. And I liked how she's like, you remind me of your father. It's like, oh dude, that's fucking amazing. And then I like that whole scene where with them talking and Luke being so unsure about like what like if he's doing the right thing, or which again is also kind of like pointing in a kind of dangerous direction too, right? The uncertainty that he has is probably not a good thing in terms of like leading to the dark side, right? So
yeah, no, sure. Yeah, Yoda behind me. Not Yoda, sorry, Grogu. No, I agree, but like I also found it weird that he would ask Ahsoka what to do, even though she's not really a Jedi. Like that whole scene, I was like, why is he asking her opinion? He's the master. He should. Like I understand that
she's more senior to him, even if she's not still a Jedi. Like she knows the train. Like she's been through the ringer. Like she's actually done the proper training. Luke got like the express version, right? Like
the post-apocalyptic version.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah. No, I get that. I don't know. I understand that he's not sure what to do, and obviously that's going to be part of the downfall of his Jedi Academy is he's not sure what he's fucking doing, and probably shouldn't be training people. But he's a cocky, young dude.
Yeah. I like that we got to see Cobb Vanth again. Man, that Timothy Oliphant is a slick motherfucker.
Dude, as soon as I seen him, I was like, oh, this guy is just fucking awesome. Just look at him. Just get up and everything. I'm like, this dude's
I even
dope.
think he looks better without his armor.
Way better.
What up, Jurassic Jesse? Yeah, I thought it was great to see him, and it was cool because it was cool to see him take out those four pikes at the beginning.
Yeah. The spice thing I still find weird.
What's that?
The spice thing I find weird. Like, why are we in Dune?
Yeah, I still never saw Dune, so I need to see that.
Well, Dune is George Lucas took all of Star Wars from Dune. It's very, very Dune. So
I guess they're all of a sudden they're hiding it anymore.
No, like that's what I'm saying. The whole spice thing, I'm like, Jesus Christ, could you rip this more out of Dune? Like I understand that it's always been that way, but like the whole spice trade thing, I'm just like, I mean, yeah, I know it's a little on the nose, but
hey dog, you got that cinnamon I ordered? Man, I upgraded to cardamom.
Just welcome to Spice Talk with Matt.
Spice Talk, it's spicy.
You'd think it'd be a Spice Girls podcast, but no. We just ramble off our favorite spices. Yeah. We're gonna make that as our side podcast. The Spice Boys.
Spice Boys.
You can call that your ukulele cover band.
Yes. I like that. We were talking about my ukulele cover band earlier. I'm going to make one day. Got to learn to play the ukulele first. And then we get that end scene where we get Cad Bane walking in the sunset, and you can just see the outline of the hat. As soon as I saw the hat, I was like, fuck yes, it's happening. I've been listening to I've been following like 2 or 3 actually, like weekly podcasts or like YouTube channels that have been like reviewing this as it happens. And there's one, Star Wars Explained, and he's been calling this since like close to the beginning. He's been like, it'd be crazy if Cad Bane shows up here because it's like him and Boba. So like it's technically not canon because the episode never happened, but like in Clone Wars, there was an episode that there's like a really rough draft of. So it's like choppy and like not really finalized, it looks pretty shitty. Yep. Of Cad Bane and Boba Fett, and that's actually where Boba Fett gets the dent in his helmet is from Cad Bane. But now it doesn't really make sense because now we know that it's what's it called? What's the name of his armor? The metal, whatever that metal is. That's like unpierceable or whatever.
I've smoked a lot of pot today, so I don't have the brain.
Good for you. I have also smoked some pot today.
Yeah, no, I mean, the character looks really cool. Like, I obviously, again, this is what I keep saying is like the chainmail thing, like they're bringing up in Jurassic Jesse brought up in chat there, is like they're doing this to sell toys 100%. Like,
that's it.
Yeah, this is their new toy line. They're going to have fucking Grogu chainmail. They're going to have fucking this dude, cowboy hat, all that shit.
Well, we've already got a Cad Bane, but like, see, the thing is, like, I have an animated version Cad Bane, but if they made another one with like a slightly lesser blue face and like the couple modifications that are from the thing, like, I'd buy it in a hot second again, no problem.
Yeah.
So,
no,
like, I thought he looked great. I thought he looked super scary too. It's like even at the beginning, and then when he like just lifted his head up and you just see his eyes, I'm like, oh, dude.
He's got those sharp little like Yoda-like teeth.
It was great, man. And again, it's like I'm only slightly like I don't even have the like I can't even imagine the like hardcore like Clone Wars fans. Like I'm not a hardcore Clone Wars fans, right? So it's like, you know, the most of my love from Cad Bane just comes from people talking about his history with like the clones and with Boba Fett and like so it's like that's what I know him from, right? But it's still like to see it make that jump from animated to live action, I'm just like, fuck yes. And then like again, for him to take out Cobb and that loudmouth deputy guy who got everything that was coming to him.
100%. What an idiot.
Dude, shut your fucking mouth.
Just go in the fucking house. What are you doing?
What are you doing out here? Why are you doing that?
You keep running your mouth? No wonder you got shot.
But yeah, man, like honestly, like I was so pumped when I saw that silhouette in the shadow in the sun, and I was just like, oh man, this is gonna fucking happen. It's great. It's so great. I also just love Cobb Vanth. Like I just love him.
You think the last episode is just gonna be a full on war between the Pikes and you know, whatever Boba Fett's crew, whatever they're gonna call it.
Than that. I think it's bigger than that. So it's like again, I was listening to one right before I started rewatching Book of Boba Fett. I was watching Toying Around's live stream, and they do Boba Fett on Friday nights too. And they made a good point is like at the end, nobody like he keeps referring to the syndicate. He doesn't say the Pike Syndicate, so it makes me think that it's like the Pike is kind of like a red herring, right? Where it's just a cover up, right? It's like we're made to believe that they're the ones that. Right, it's just be, but it's going to be bigger than that. It's like, cause the thing is, like, it could be like, you know, I'd love to see Kira from. I know I said this in an earlier episode that we did, but like, you know, Kira's still attached to Red Dawn, and like, I'd love to see that, or Crimson Dawn. Sorry, I'd love to see that be that. Jesse says Pikes versus Boba and the Vespa Squad. Zoom, zoom.
We have to get him riding that Rancor. So that's definitely going to happen.
That was another thing I wanted to spend a little bit of time on is like, and again, like, you know, I just spent the last 2 weeks praising these episodes because like I really am happy to have a break from Boba Fett. It was nice to like get something that I thought like was paced well and actually like good story. I know we don't agree, but like, no, like I was frustrated with Boba Fett. Like it's just like in the modern time story that we're currently like living in here. You know, we've spent 4 episodes, well, technically now 6 episodes, and we've moved like 20 minutes forward. And it's just like, now we have all this stuff, like, you know, they kind of set up Boba riding a Rancor, but they're like, oh, it's going to take time and practice. So I'm assuming this next episode, the last one, we're going to get him
6 months later.
And it's like, we've had nothing, no lead up to that. And it's just like, even when Fennec's going through the plan or whatever, she's like, now that we have Din and Black, we've got the muscle. It's like, you're taking on like a fucking empire and you have Din and Black and you're like, that's good enough. Let's go get some foot soldiers. And it's like, all right, now we're going to spend the next episode gathering foot soldiers. And then there's going to be like a 10-minute war at the end. And then like, it just seems like we haven't even done anything. And now we're going to try to figure out what we're going to do for the end of this.
It feels like there should be 3 more episodes between this and the finale.
I agree.
I don't understand how they're going to end this all next week unless this episode's like 90 minutes.
that's my biggest frustration with this whole show is I feel like I've been watching and watching and watching and waiting, and then I'm like, okay, so like now we're on the last episode and we're pretty much where we were on episode 1, except like now we have Boba's history and we got some sweet forward like I guess it just frustrates me. And again, I'm not trying to shit on it because I do like what I'm seeing, but it's just like it's frustrating because I'm like, we got more Mando and Grogu progress story-wise in the last 2 episodes than we've got in the entire series of Book of Boba Fett for Boba.
Totally agree.
And it's just like, man, like
it just feels like a missed opportunity. I mean, I really, for people that like were hardcore Boba Fett fans that have been waiting for his comeback for like, say, whatever, 30 years, what a letdown this has to be. Like, we finally get him back and nothing's happened. He has no story. He's not even really the star of his own show. Like, I mean, maybe that's the point, is like he was never that important of a character.
Shines him more than anything.
So yeah, we have to get the Rancor thing going for sure. My big question is, does Boba Fett die at the end of this? I'm still leaning kind of yes.
I don't know.
It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know where else you go with this character. Are we really going to get a second season of the show? Like,
I hope not.
I don't think it needs a second season, and I don't think like it's interesting enough to have a second season. Like, of him just running. We haven't even
gone anywhere with the first season, so like, why would we do another season? Like, I just don't like. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't want more Star Wars content. I would rather something else take this thing. This is season 2 for This's place. Like,
right. Like, I could totally see like the next series being like the Book of Fennec, and it's just
yeah, totally.
Like,
well, man, there's a huge gap in time there where like we don't really know what happened with Fennec. Like, between Bad Batch and Mandalorian, like I don't think there's any history on Fennec. So like, Bad Batch happened before the original trilogy, and Mando happens 5-ish years after. So like, there's a good little chunk of time there where you can explore.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I would love them to just like. I'm happy that we're going to keep getting Mando seasons because I like that character. But like, I would be fine if Ahsoka is just like 1 season, and then like maybe it makes sense that the next time we see Ahsoka, it's in like a Rebels thing, because it's, you know, apparently they're going to be using Sabine and Ezra, the young kid from Rebels who disappeared with Thrawn, and Thrawn in Ahsoka. So like, you know, maybe the next one isn't called Ahsoka. Now it's called like Rebels Part 2, The Rebel Strikes Back, or whatever, right? But like,
yeah,
you know, but like
maybe not go with that title, but yeah,
you know what I mean. But yeah, I just like that. I would be fine with that kind of shit. Like, I get that this is all living in the same universe. Like, I get that, and like that's fine. Like, it makes sense that Mando shows up, but it's just like, don't call it Book of Boba Fett. Like, it just like it has nothing to do with Boba Fett. Like,
I agree. We're on the same page there for sure. I mean,
yeah.
Look, I'm not saying this is the worst show I've ever seen. I mean, I still think episode 8 and 9 are way worse than anything we've gotten in this.
I agree.
I wouldn't recommend this show. Like, if I was like, hey, did you really like Mandalorian? Well, watch Book of Boba Fett. I'd be like, no, it's a way step down in quality to me of the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian. But yeah, I don't think it needs another season, and I think maybe you just let Boba Fett ride off into the sunset, you know, Western style, like they've been setting up. Sure, and you know, he's just out of the story for now. He's retired and he's just, you know, living on Tatooine or something. But to me, it's just like end that story some way, make him go out fucking real cool, have this great action scene, and then maybe the season 2 is like the Book of Fennec or something, and it's her, a little backstory on her, and then we move that character forward. Maybe she's running the crime syndicate on the planet instead of Boba Fett now. Like, I don't know. Maybe she cleans up.
We can get episodes that consist of 35 minutes of flashback and 5 minutes of modern time. They like that
for Fennec, yeah. But like, I could totally see like her and Black like teaming up or something as kind of like the Han Solo Chewbacca, you know, duo. You know, going out on missions or something together or whatever. Like, I don't know. I just think there's ways to set that up and move that forward, and
there's still so many characters from Tatooine if they wanted to keep it there too that you could introduce. Like again, right? Like I'm surprised we didn't see Bosk. Surprised we didn't see Dengar. Like
sure.
It'd be cool to be able to see those guys again. Like it would be relevant to the story because they all have history.
And I don't think you brought the Hutts back in just to use them as like a small cameo. Like I assume they're going to move this, be part of the story too. Is like
I'm assuming that as well. Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I said, it's not like awful. It's not the worst thing I've ever watched. It's not like bad, but it's not. I wouldn't like rave about it. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
I'll never watch it again after the series ends. Like I would totally go back and rewatch Mandalorian, but I'll never go back and watch the show again.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, I did go back and watch Mandalorian before season 2 came out, and I probably will see, what's it called? I watch both of them again when Mando 3 comes out.
Yeah, I mean,
Book of Boba Fett is like, I feel like I could be selective. Like honestly, there's probably an episode's worth of content from this that like I like enough that I would watch again. Like,
sure,
that's probably it. Like,
yeah.
You know, I really like all that fight stuff with Black. I thought all of that was awesome. Like, I just loved how formidable he was, and I thought he was really cool on the big screen. I thought he was really cool in live action. So yeah, I would love to see, like I said, more crossover from animated and comics. Like Dr. Aphra's another one that comes to mind that I would love to see get introduced somewhere. That would be cool. But
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I mean, for me, it didn't hit home in any way, really.
One day when I rewatch Rebels, I'm gonna do a curated list and give you like 10 episodes. So I'm gonna make a series of like 15 episodes that'll tell you the Rebels story. That's what I'm gonna try to do.
That's perfect. Like I mean, that may already exist online somewhere. Probably just like, here's the 20 like actual canon episodes that you need to watch in order for the series to make sense, and you can skip 16 episodes a season, and I'd be like, yeah, that's great, perfect. But even then, like, I don't even know if I could sit through 20 episodes of the show. So,
right.
If I'm not invested in the like this last episode, I was not invested in it at all. I was looking at my phone. I was doing like 5 other things. Like it didn't hold my attention.
Yeah, that sucks. I liked it a lot. I thought it was great. I thought it was great. Yeah, I liked it a lot. I thought it was good. I can't wait to see what they do next week. My biggest worry now is like we still have shit we need to wrap up with Mando, or I guess with Grogu, not really with Mando, but with Grogu, they kind of left that at a cliffhanger. You can't just ignore that at this point. So like they're gonna have to invest at least 10 minutes into that.
Or do they hold that for season 3 of Mando?
Yeah, but like, how do you leave that like that? Like,
makes you tune in when Mando comes back.
I guess, but I don't know. I feel like you can't leave a cliffhanger like that and then be like, we'll see you next year.
Or the after credit scene and you just see like Grogu's hand reach out for like the chainmail or something like that. And then it's like Mando coming November 2022.
Like, and he chokes out Luke. Fuck,
that'd be great.
What did you think about how Luke looks though? Did you think he looked good? I think he looks fucking
No, I thought he looked really plastic.
Oh, really? No, I think he looks really... I can't tell if I'm more impressed by the look or his voice. His voice is like...
His voice was perfect, but the actual, like, the de-aging of him or whatever, I thought looked really plasticky. It looked really CG to me, but...
I didn't find that. I thought it looked really good. But yeah.
I mean, again, I'm just... That cameo does nothing for me, and I know people are flipping out about it and be like, more Luke, and I'm just like... I'm so tired of Luke. I'm so tired of
him. But I guess the way I look at it is like, especially in that timeline, if you're going to have something focused around a Jedi, he has to be there. It's funny.
No, I know, and I understand
the
that.
only 2 Jedis that are technically around at that point, or I guess Leia kind of, but like are Ahsoka and him. So like,
I get that. I don't know. I just feel like this is such like a cool universe, and there's so many stories and so many directions you could tell stories from, and the fact that everything we've gotten has to somewhat focus around Luke or Leia or whatever. It's just like, all right, come on, can we get to a different family, a different storyline, a different planet? Like, everything's based off Tatooine. Everything's based around Skywalker. It's just like,
I
all
do
right,
agree
come
that
on.
it'd be nice to see, especially because there's just so many options. Or if they want to start from scratch, they can. Like,
Yeah, you can make up something new, and it's totally fine because it's a vast universe, and we don't know every planet. And like,
even
I don't
some
know.
of the prequel or the sequel worlds, like
Yeah.
I didn't love the story for the sequels, but I will say that like some of the worlds were visually fucking beautiful.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I'd love to go back to Crate, that one that's all like white, and then when you walk on it, you see like the red footprints. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
fucking love that, man. That looks so cool. You could do so
Yeah,
many
no,
visually crazy things with that.
those movies are visually beautiful. They're just terribly told and
Yeah,
terribly
agree.
acted.
Yeah, you definitely don't have to sell me that because I agree with you 100%.
But they're very beautifully shot for sure. I mean, Abrams can shoot a shit out of a movie. I love all J.J. Abrams movies, but you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so next week's the finale, and then we'll go from there.
We'll go from there. Oh,
Well, I think that's the end of this episode.
I think you're right.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it. If you aren't already, follow at Customs by Matthew. Look out for his posts this week for when he's streaming on YouTube. Go subscribe over there to his YouTube channel when it's up and running. He'll appreciate that, I'm sure.
Hopefully by this time next week it'll be up and running. I'm hoping to launch on Wednesday with the work in progress live. That's when the new logo's going up too. I gotta finally update that.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, man.
Follow me at Moose Milk Media. You can follow the YouTube channel, links in my profile. Subscribe there, or you can get the podcast audio only, obviously, on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever podcast service you use. Our art's done by Janie Milne Art. And yeah, we'll see you next week for the Boba Fett finale. Thanks, everybody.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be in this one. It's going to be good.
Let's hope. Maybe not. Who knows?
Maybe not.
Bye, everybody.
All right, man. Peace.
Cheers.